Good afternoon. You are coming to us from East London a day after the Provincial Education Department sought for a deviation of returning other grades back into the system. One will remember that the Provincial Education Department had presented a case that sought to return other grades back into the system only in August after winter has passed. Earlier last week, the ANC alliance composed of COSATU, SACP and the ANC, SANCO, of course, met and had a number of issues that they were worried about. They were of the view that the provincial government should only return learners back into the system only after August. But joining us now, we are joined by the Secretary of the SACP in the province, Mr. Xolile Nqatha. Sir, good afternoon and thank you very much for joining us.
Good afternoon, sir, and thanks for this opportunity.
Tell us, what are some of the concerns you were raising as the SACP, as the Alliance?
The concerns of the Alliance, which were shared also by formations organized in the sector, that is NEHAU, SATU and DINOSA. The concerns range from the challenges of infrastructure. They range from the fact that it is a winter season, and which is always characterized by flu, and also the fact that if you are to take more numbers, there will be challenges of social distancing, and therefore it would be better that in the face of already increasing numbers of infection and the increasing number of deaths of educators specifically. As we speak, by last week, more than 20 educators have since passed on in the province. And we're of the view that we can't proceed in the face of those challenges and add more numbers into the system, because already our health system in the province is facing challenges to cope with the present numbers. And therefore, it can overwhelm the system if we proceed without taking into consideration what is currently underway. And therefore, we are of the firm view that additional numbers must only be considered towards the end of July and beginning August, when then we would have ensured that we take necessary steps that need to be taken to ensure that the health system is able to take more numbers and we are able to avert any more deaths going forward.
Is the gradual rephasing of learners into the system, as announced by Minister Angie Motshekga, a problematic thing?
As far as the conditions, as they exist in the province, we're quite more, comfortable with the announcement to apply a risk-adjusted approach, considering the conditions of each province. We think that a one-size-fits-all kind of an approach will not work under these conditions, will spell disaster. And we are of the view that we cannot proceed with our eyes open in the face of the current rate of infection and the current rate of deaths. And therefore, we need to go a little bit slower and more careful. Yeah.
Okay. Do you think by the end of July or August, the province will be ready in terms of its current challenges with infrastructure and all that?
There is no guarantee. There is no guarantee because we are fighting an invisible enemy. And therefore, what we've got to do, we've got to ensure that the province gets ready, and we're urging our provincial government to take all necessary steps to ensure that there is more health facilities available to take people who need to be quarantined, and that there is infrastructure challenges are addressed in terms of additional classrooms, so that when we arrive at that point of taking more numbers, the system can be able to comply with the COVID-19 regulations of social distancing, and if there are any people that need to be quarantined, the system will be able to accommodate such.
Mr. Nqatha, thank you very much, sir, for your time.
Thank you, sir.
And that's, of course, the Provincial Secretary of SACP telling us that this proposed one-size-fits-all approach will not work for the Eastern Cape. It will rather cause adverse results. He's also telling us that the a basic education department should rather give the Eastern Cape more time so that they may ready themselves for the gradual introduction or rephrasing of other learners back into the system. As for us here in East London, it's back to you in studio.